Look what we have here. If you know, you know. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a super exciting video because I will be trying this new Westman Atelier highlighter, the super loaded tinted highlighter. I have the new color and I am so excited. I've had it for 2 days now and I wasn't able to film and I didn't swatch it. I just stared at it. So I will be doing first impressions with you guys. I did not put a blush on or a highlighter. That way we can try it all together. Also, I have these new Gucci liquid matte lip color. And I have 3 colors, so I will review those. I've worn those and I kind of have my thoughts about them. So if you guys are interested in how can you not be interested in this, continue watching. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tania. I'd love for you to subscribe down below if you enjoyed the channel, and let's get into the highlighter. So this is how the outer packaging looks like. You can literally see everything on my table. And I'm going to get the other 2 colors that I have to show you comparisons. So the other 2 that I own come in black, but the Peau de Pêche has silver lining right here, and the Peau de Rose has the gold. And this one, I think it's limited edition. At least that's what I read. And it is kind of like a rose gold packaging. And I have to say that the opening clasp has a bit more of a grip to it, which I like. Almost like this outer area is just a little bit more pointy. This one gets to be so smooth that it's kind of hard for me to open these. But yeah, that is the Peau de Rose, Peau de Pêche. Again, if I can open it. And this one is Peau De Santé. Look at this beauty. Oh, I am so excited. This is, again, the packaging. It is nice, heavy duty. It feels heavy, and obviously it's beautiful. So I am going to hold these up for you guys. That way you guys can see and compare the colors. Now, I think this middle one, the new one, seems to be more of a almost blush highlighter mix. The rose is pretty much like a beaming highlighter. Peau de Pêche is, for me, it's just the perfect highlighter, blush topper kind of thing. It's such a bizarre product that just does everything. And you guys know how much I love that one. So let me swatch this. Okay, so that is the swatch right there, and it looks nice and sleek. There is no glitter. Yay! I love Peau de Rose, but that glitter in it is just ruining it for me. So I'm happy to report that I see no glitter. Yay! Let me swatch the Peau de Rose as well next to it. So here we have all 3 of them. The Peau de Rose is on the bottom, the Santé is on the middle one, and the Peau de Pêche is the top. I feel like I'm butchering those names, but you guys get the gist. The color looks so beautiful, and it has that pinky peach color that has a little bit of a gold shift in it. I think it's going to be so stunning. It definitely pulls a little lighter than the Peau de Pêche. And then the Peau de Rose is definitely just more highlighty, more intense, glittery. And this middle one does not. I am so thankful it does not have glitter because I would have been so sad. Okay, so what I use with the Peau de Pêche or the other one is the Sonia G Classic Base. I have found that this works the best because it's dense, but it's not too dense where I can't move the product or it moves the foundation from underneath. I have here a Wayne Goss number 13, and they kind of remind me of each other. The Wayne Goss is a little bigger, so you know, maybe if you want to do it more as a blush, but I like this size more. You can definitely use your fingers. I sometimes do. If I can't find my brush, I'll just pick up on my finger and dab it. You can also use a brush like this from Sephora. This is number 56, and I think this does a great job as well. Again, I think I tend towards these kinds of brushes because I have control over how much I apply and where I apply it, but it's not too precise and doesn't lift foundation from underneath the product. So, all right, let us try this. So I'm picking it up with my Sonia G, and I'll put with the fingers on the other side. You do get a mirror there, so let's try to use that. I'm going to start putting it more as a highlighter and just bringing it down as a blush. Ooh, that's so beautiful. It definitely has a pink shift to it, and you can kind of wear it as a blush, but honestly, I would use this more as a blush topper and a highlighter. Like I would use this for both a highlighter and like a blush topper, but it is so beautiful. Ugh, it's the same formula as Peau de Pêche, just different color, obviously. So I'm going to add just a little bit more to see if I can build it up more as a blush. But honestly, I don't think I would use this just as a blush alone. It doesn't have enough pigment, which is nice because you can definitely use it as a highlighter. It looks so pretty. I am so excited. I'm going to take the big mirror so I can see. Oh, yes. It's almost like this whole part of my face is just filtered and highlighted and just glowy, but not too much. There is no glitter in it. There's no glitter. I can't say that enough. Okay, I'm going to move to the other side and use my finger to apply. I feel like the finger applies a little bit more product at once than here. I had to build it up a little bit more. So that's great. Now, you saw that I'm kind of tapping the product in. I don't go and rub it in because definitely you're gonna lift the foundation from underneath if you're rubbing the product in. But if you're kind of tapping it, this product blends in so easily that you don't have to worry about it blending too much. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I don't even have a mirror right now. Where is it? Stunning, just gorgeous. I truly am such a sucker for these kinds of products. To me, this and the Peau de Pêche especially can do no wrong. Let me see. No, they're both heavy. I thought the Peau de Pêche was a little heavier, but actually this seems a little heavier. But look just how beautiful and glowy, but natural at the same time this makes my cheeks look. And I love the color. I love it so much. You can definitely, if you're not a big blush person, oh, this would be perfect because it gives you a little bit of blush, but not enough to where like it's a color there. And it also gives you that beautiful highlight. Now, I would probably have added a blush underneath and put this one on top, but I really wanted to see how this performs by itself, and it does not disappoint. It is the exact same formula as the Peau de Pêche, and I am so happy. Now, if you ask me which one do I prefer more, I don't have an answer for you. I need to go outside in the daylight, wear it a few times, wear it with a blush underneath, just like I would all the other ones. And then I could really tell you which one I prefer most. Peau de Rosé is definitely the one that I like the least because of the glitter. Now, there is a time and place for this. Like if it's an evening and I really want to be beaming, like this is a great one. And it does have the glitter, but don't imagine just a glitter bomb, kind of like the Fenty one. No. It's not like that. It's like here and there. Like they're very spread out, the glitters, and many times I don't even really see them. But because of the glitters, it just makes it even brighter and just more reflective. But I still like it. I would still purchase it again. But this, I would say it's definitely my least favorite because of that. But I love the color. Mostly on my skin tone, I think it definitely brightens me up. I'm biased towards Peau de Pêche because I've had it for such a long time and I have used it every single day. Like I would say if I did my makeup 5 times a week, I probably used it 4 times that week because I love it so much. But this for summer, oh yes, this is just perfect. I almost picked up the gold version during the sale and I'm like, do I put one last order in and get 20% off of that and I can have the whole collection? Because I really think I would still love the gold one, mostly in the summer, go to the beach and just like having that bronzy, glowy skin. That would be beautiful. But they are a pretty penny. So, you know, they deserve it, I think. They're definitely overpriced because the packaging that you get and everything. But overall, this is... if I could keep one makeup product in my collection, the Peau de Pêche would definitely be it. All right, enough with singing their praises. I'm going to move on to some lip products. So Gucci has come with liquid lip creams. They're matte, and this is the packaging right here. I have tried 2 colors on. And first, I wanted to get the lightest color, which is the Gray Cinnamon. Let me look it up. It is 114 Gray Cinnamon. I remembered that. I never remember names. Oh, I'm so proud. So that's the one I really wanted, but it was sold out like that. So I picked up 203, 208, and 505. I first picked up, I think, 208. It's called They Met in Argentina. Then after I tried that one on, I ordered 2 more colors. I will say a couple of things with the buying process. Now, I wanted to buy it during the sale. I didn't want to buy it for, let's see, $42. That's a lot for lipstick. So I wanted to get the sale, and I had the hardest time with the colors. There were no swatches, no real people that you could see it on. So I went to Gucci Beauty's website and looked at the swatches and how it sits on the people, and they all look the same. I swear, all the light ones looked the same to me. So I was very confused, and I bought 2 of the lightest ones that were still in stock, and they look the same, right? Like, am I crazy? I feel like they're the same product. But I did want this rusty, like a red that I know I'm going to love. So I will swatch these for you. First of all, actually, let me show you the packaging. This is it. It's beautiful. Of course, you have the same like lines that you have in their powder and their bronzer, which I absolutely love, which I'm using both of those today. Actually, I think the powder under eyes, I'm not sure if I love it as much. I love it all over, but under the eyes, I think it looks a little bit not my favorite under the eyes. But anyway, so this is the packaging, and the weirdest thing about this, it has barely any stopper, which I hate. Look how messy this is. Like, ugh, product is everywhere because there's literally no stopper. It just comes out. and it comes out a lot and messy. So I thought first when I tried it, ooh, is that like a default English is so hard sometimes. Is it defected? But then I ordered the other two and they're all the same. So I'm going to swatch them for you. I'm going to start with the lightest one. This is 208. They met in Argentina. This is the color, and let me tell you the description of it. This is supposed to be a soft matte pink lipstick color. Moving on to the next one, the Mildred Rosewood. And the description of this one is soft matte pink lipstick color. How helpful. So that is the second shade. And well, you'll see when this dries just a little bit like this one, they look very similar. There's slight difference. This one is a little bit, it has a little bit more rosiness and it's a little bit deeper. But I've never swatched them side by, no, I did swatch them once side by side and I thought they were very similar. But I've never worn them one after the other to compare them, but I see a difference, but they're similar. And then the last one is Janet Rust. And this one I was so excited about. That is the color right there. Isn't it just so stunning? And I'll show you a little bit closer so you can see. So even though these two colors have differences, when you blend them out, I feel like they blend out similar. So we'll see how they look on the lips, one after the other. But if I knew that, I would not have ordered both of them because in the description, I mean, the description literally had the same description. Silly me. Now, I'll talk just a little bit about the formula. The formula is wonderful, which is why I ordered the other two colors, because I tried one and I was like, oh wow. It's beautiful. It's extremely light. It reminds me of the Givenchy Velvet Soft Matte lipsticks, which are my go-to, but they are liquid and they're matte and they have that powdery finish to them. They're very light and they're not sticky whatsoever, and they last pretty well. But I do have negatives, which I'll get into. Let me swatch them and then I'll give you my thoughts. I'm just all over the place today. So this is 208. It has a lot of pigment right away. So this is They Met in Argentina, and looking at it in this light, it definitely looks more pink. But I think it's a beautiful color. It's just a little bit brighter. It almost has that neon-y undertone to it, that it's punchier. And I was not expecting that, but for summer, I think it is stunning. And you saw how easy it was to put on. It is not sticky at all, and it will completely dry out. Like, it will just be dry, and if you touch your fingers to your mouth, it won't come off. But throughout the day, it will come off because it's such a thin formula that it doesn't stay there forever. It's because it's not sticky, but it's not drying either. It won't last through a burger. But overall, it lasts pretty well. You know why it looks a little bit more pink on me right now? It's because I got a tan and I'm like a day out and I'm much deeper than normal. And when I put this one, when I was like, there's no tan, it looked almost red. It looked so bright, so intense, just like a pinky red, and I was kind of disappointed in that. But with my skin now, like being deeper a little bit, it looks much better. Okay, moving on to, this is impossible to read. It is so tiny. Let me find the box. 203 Mildred Rosewood, and this has a little bit more of that rose color, and I like this one a lot. Don't they look similar? I feel like they look similar. At least in real person, they look very similar. The other one has a little bit more of a, again, like I said, punchy, neon-y color, like a brightness to it. This is just a little bit more muted, but it's still kind of like a brighter pink on me. Even though I'm tan, it still shows up quite strongly. I'm very curious to see how it's going to look on camera when I edit, but right now, looking in the mirror, they pretty much look the same. There may be a slight change, but not enough to pay so much money for both of them. I think I prefer this one over the other one. I think the other one would be really pretty in like the summer, spring, which it is spring here, but I think this one is just a little bit more subdued. But very similar. Like I don't need both of them. Okay, moving on to the one I'm most excited about, and it's this brick red. Oh, I'm very excited because I do like reds, and because of the texture and formula of this, I think I would really love to wear this red often. Oh, so excited. That color is beautiful. I adore that color. And guys, I didn't use a lip liner, so that did pretty well, didn't it? I could clean it up a little bit on my Cupid's bow and all that, but I thought for not using a lip liner, it went on really well. I'm going to put just a little bit of the Lisa Eldridge, like this is I think the Velvet Dragon one, just to clean the Cupid's bow. That cleaned it up just a little bit on my top lip. So this is the color Janet Rust, and it's my favorite for sure. So let me tell you my thoughts on the formula and just how they wear and everything. So overall, I really like the formula. It is matte, but without being that like drying liquid matte. It's almost like you do not feel them. They're very light and extremely pigmented, as you can tell. But because of that thinness, if you pat your lips too much or try to rub them, you will rub some of that product off. I mean, you kind of have to intentionally do that. So what happened to me is I had the middle color, the rosewood color, and I put that on and I kind of messed up something. So I put a little bit more product and I was just trying to pat it to even it out. But because it was already dry, it was kind of moving the product around and making it disappeared in certain areas, almost splotchy or separating. Yeah. But not bad, but it was noticeable enough where I wanted to take it off and reapply it. But my mistake was that after it was dry, I tried to go back and add some more color, but I didn't add enough. I only added in certain areas. And anyway, overall, I think when you do your lips with this, just do it all at once and leave it alone. Because if you try to build up and like go back and change, because it gets so dry, but it's not drying. It's just the product, it's dry. Nothing is coming off my hand. You will try to almost rub that off when you rub your lips together. It's not drying at all. This is just amazing. I don't feel it on. It's so light and such a interesting formula. I've had some that were kind of light, like the Jeffree Star, like back in the days. I had a few of his liquid lipsticks, and those were like very pigmented and very light in texture, but these are not drying like those. Those were so dry I would have to take them off. This, I do not feel it on. My lips do not look dry after I wear them. I can wear these all day and they don't feel dry. Again, my only issue is because it is so liquid, it has the tendency to move while you apply the product. So just make sure the application, when you do it and correct everything while you apply it. Don't let it dry and go back in. Although I've done that to my top lip while I was applying it, and it didn't do bad. I think that middle color, the Rosewood color, is the one that gave me trouble out of all of them. That was the only one that I noticed that. So it may just be the color, but I just thought I would just share that. So do I recommend them? Absolutely. I think the formula is a very unique, very comfortable, just very barely there, like you don't feel it on, yet it packs a punch. And of course, the highlighter is A++. It is gorgeous. You cannot go wrong. If you have lighter skin tone, I think this is beautiful. Honestly, even if you have like deeper skin tone, because there's not a ton of actual pigment to it, you could pull it off as well. It would be a beautiful glow. So yeah, that Westman Atelier is absolutely amazing. I have nothing negative to say about it except the price, of course. So those are my thoughts on these products. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful, and let me know your thoughts down below. Did you like the lipsticks? Did you see a difference in between those two colors? I really am curious about your thoughts. And what about the highlighter? What do you think? It's my heart. So thank you for being here. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next one.